Interesting time at the moment. It's really easy to fish market, isn't it? To kind of hang stuff out there, kind of drag the net. But do you think that kind of it forces people almost into kind of missing a trick?
Absolutely. I think simplification is something that we've spoke about before in these videos. And sometimes you just have to ask. Like we both of us sit in meetings, and I understand that with clients that go, all right, well, we want to do this series of great videos like this one. We want to do some great content. We want to do keyword research. I was like, yeah. But you know who the people are? Have you just asked them? Have you gone direct? There's nothing wrong with direct, and I think it's been kind of, it's got a bad rap almost, that going direct is a bad thing. It's too cold, it's too harsh.
Yeah, I wonder if people, oh God, this is the wrong way of saying it. I almost wonder if people think this is not the coward's way out, but too obvious to think about, and I think half the problem is that kind of marketing people have sort of got in the way and showed people all this cool stuff you can do, and this is not for a second saying don't do all the stuff, but actually what is the most likely thing, what is the best thing you can do to speak to the people you want to speak to? And in some cases you might need to find them and out there, but actually with the tools that we've got, it's never been easier to just find 20 people and have 20 conversations. And it's a thing like I say a lot, when we're in these sessions together, kind of go and say, look, who are the people? Let's get really clear and let's do something really simple like Google them. And if you're looking for the chief marketing officer at Homebase, go and speak. Just try to go and speak to them. A very good friend of mine has moved to Australia, and he literally went with kind of nothing. It's a new role, a UK company, but a new role over there. And he went with a phone, and that's what he had. And he rang the top bosses of some massive international firms. Said, look, this is me. This is what I'm in for. Look, can we have a chat? And they never get approached like that. And the answer was almost unanimously yes. And it's
that conversation thing.
Yeah.
It comes back to just asking them, because a real valuable thing in marketing, you may be worried about going direct that you'll get a no, but no's are equally as valuable as yeses, because you've learned something. No is not a no ever.
Yeah.
It's probably a no right now. Or you can ask a different question. You can ask, why not? Is it something you'll think about in the future? Could we have done something different? Harping back to the wish list stuff. Right, it's your chance. Having a conversation, going direct is your chance to find out some information, even if they say no.
Yeah, and it depends where. I suppose it depends where you enter into this. In the fact that it's really hard. It's not hard. It's really hard to screw something up straight away if you go in properly. Yeah, my old boss used to say, it's about the quality of the questions you ask. And my all-time favourite question is, what would need to happen for?
Yeah.
So if you find someone completely cold, you've got this list of people that you've got the name, we'll come back to how, but find a way of going to them, and actually just ask the question, look, this is me, this is what we do, I just want you to know that we exist, and look, what would need to happen for us to be in the mix, to have a conversation about this next time? Now, if that's there, you've got one of two answers. Number one is they'll tell you some stuff and a conversation opens, albeit kind of loosely and coldly. And the absolute worst case scenario is they go, well, no, we never ever touch this because you're an idiot, etc. Fine. Now, even if that's the answer, the conversation is still open. Because genuinely, you can go back to these people and say, no problems, here's some stuff just to let you know, so you've got a bit more meat on the bones. And you're in and away, and you then, again, it's all about the follow-up. But I suppose we've got to be careful, because we're not saying don't do all the other stuff, because you should have phishing stuff out there. You should have stuff out there that people can find and stumble across. That marketing should be about and for the right people. But the question I suppose we're asking is, look, have you at least thought about going direct?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, loads. I think probably most people don't like cold calling. So there's other ways of going direct. You can message people on social media. You can send a good old-fashioned mail. But it's that difference and that skill set. You've both got to have hunting and farming in your toolbox, right? You've got to farm or fish.
Yeah.
Right, so you've got to have stuff out there that will grow over time, that stuff will happen continually on the cycle. And you've got to have the ability to go hunting. If you want something, You've got to spot it and go for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's an element that's easily missed in today's kind of digital world.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think people don't like cold calling, but if you're doing cold calling, you're doing it wrong. In addition, you are doing it wrong. If these are the people I want to speak to, what's the best thing I can do? Well, I'll get something on their desk. I'll get something in their way. But even if I am picking up the phone, we've done it a lot. To say, look, this is us. This is what we do. I have no idea if you've got any interest, but I want you to know we exist. Look there, and that could be a phone call. That could be an email. That could be there. But it's I don't know. This may be a pudding that's being over-egged here, but have you at least thought about going direct? And the things that will stop you doing this is that you won't know who to go direct to. Well, that's a big thing you've got to fix anyway.
Yeah.
And the other thing is what happens? And the worst case scenario is someone that wasn't working with you continues to not work with you.
You're no worse off. You may as well just ask.
Just ask.